Well, in most relationships, you can break up or you can have 1,000 fights. And if you have 1,000 fights, then you don't have to fight. You make peace that way, because you're different than your partner, so there's things to work out there. And you might think about that as a compromise, but it's not. It's that you're different than your partner and you have to find a game that you both want to play. That's not a compromise. That's a solution. It's like you bring your skills to the table and I bring my skills to the table, and then we figure out some game we can play where we're both optimally utilized and it's a better game than we could play alone. That's not a compromise. Well, but getting to that's very difficult, and people bring all sorts of baggage to a relationship, and you have to, it's just like disciplining children, really. It's the same thing. Your children are annoying you. You can note that. I'm being annoyed by my child. Okay, so what questions do you ask? Am I a tyrannical son of a bitch who's touchy? Well, that's why you need your wife, because you can go ask her, my kids are annoying me. Am I a tyrannical son of a bitch who's touchy? And she said, yeah, you probably need something to eat, or you're a bit of a prick that way. And you got to listen because maybe it's you. Or maybe she says, yeah, that goddamn child's been getting on my case too. And then you ask each other, are we mutually tyrants? It's like, no, that kid's annoying. Okay, do we want him to be annoying? Well, if you love your child, then the answer to that would be no. Because if he's annoying you, he's going to annoy other people. He's going to annoy his potential friends. He's going to annoy other adults. He's going to go through the world being annoying, and everyone's going to frown at him. That's not helpful. So then you could just fix it. And that's going to cause some short-term upset. Maybe you have a 13-month-old child who's very extroverted and disagreeable, who rules the roost. And every time the mother goes more than a foot away from her, she has a squawk fit because she's learned to control. Maybe the mother, was still tied up with infant care and can't put down a boundary. And so now you have to do something about this emerging monster of a 14-month-old child. And one of the things you do is every time the child is bossy, first of all, you note it, and you note that you're not very fond of yourself for being tyrannized by a 14-month-old. That's a bit of a status hit, like it should be. So you have to notice, I'm annoyed by this child. Well, then I should do something about it. Well, it's going to cause short-term emotional distress. The same thing occurs when you're dealing with your partner. It's like, you're annoying me. Okay, now maybe that's me. So I should maybe we should have a talk about that. You're annoying me. Convince me that it's me. And I should listen because maybe it's me. And if I'm annoyed about you, and I shouldn't be, I should fix that. But maybe it's you. So let's find out exactly what's going on. And that'll usually, there's just constant thrust and counter thrust in a discussion like that. And usually, the conversation will circle around whatever the hell the issue is till you get to the bottom of it, and God only knows where that is. But then maybe you can sort it out. And if you sort out enough of those things, you live in peace. And that's something worth attaining, and I've thought forever in my marriage, there's nothing too small to fight about. Now, I put in some rules that I used to have with my clients too. It's like, if someone bugs you, you should note that. And you shouldn't do anything about it, probably. If they bug you twice the same way, then you think, oh, okay, that's twice. But probably still you shouldn't do anything about it. But if they bug you 3 times, then you can say, here's what you just did. And they'll say, well, no, I didn't do that. And then you say, yeah, you did. And you did exactly the same thing in this other situation. And you did exactly the same thing in this other situation. So don't be telling me you didn't do it because you did it 3 times and I watched. Okay, now they come up with reasons they did it. And maybe some of them have to do with what a stupid son of a bitch you are. And you should listen because maybe they're right. But that's at least the beginnings of the process by which you unravel the problems. You want to figure out, well, we don't want to do this. This isn't the way we want to treat each other. We want to get to a place where our whole life is like the best moments of the best dates we ever had. That's a good goal.